what you felt Spinks did wrong against Zab Judah in the rematch that got him stopped.
Well, I mean, I didn't talk.
It's pretty cool. First, I'm gonna say this. I remember that fight on HBO like it was yesterday. It's pretty cool to have you in the shop, man.
Yeah, well,
That question took me down memory lane. You know what I mean? When he
yeah,
man you stood in his prom outfit with the cummerbund. And yeah, man.
yeah.
But go ahead, man.
But Cory beat Zab relatively easy in the first fight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we went to camp in Vegas. We had a house in Vegas, and it just wasn't a good camp. I mean, uh, uh, for whatever reason, he just wasn't focused and was kind of just didn't take that fight serious and was doing some things outside of the camp, that would interfere with the preparation, and he just that was really, it wasn't that Zab was so much better than Cory because Cory beat him in the first fight, but Cory kind of messed around in camp and he paid for it.
Mm.
Just
Yeah.
keeping it buck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, you know why I fanned out? Because I was a little kid and your ring entrance had me hyped in the mug. You know what I mean? So that's why, Brandon, when you say I fanned out, like for real, like I grew up on boxing with my uncles, man. They got their little brown little Hennessy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that was one of the best ring entrances in the history of the sport, man.
Yeah, and you won. And you won. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why, Brandon. So I just had like a nostalgic moment. Yeah, I didn't obviously know you. I would never guess I would be talking to you right now. Like it's really cool. Like that's cool to me because he was an upset machine. You know what I mean? He wasn't supposed to go to HBO and win all those belts. You know
No,
what I mean?
because
They were
Cory,
using him for the name.
Cory, let's go back to the question earlier about power.
Mm-hmm.
Cory didn't have
Power.
it.
None.
Cory couldn't break an egg.
Mm.
So knowing, just think about what I had to go through as a trainer. Here it is. I know going into every fight, I ain't get ready to knock nobody out. I ain't get ready to really hurt nobody. So I gotta have my guy in supreme condition, skill set gotta be on point, and game plan better be the perfect game plan every time out. That's the situation I was in with every fight with Cory
Mm-hmm.
because we didn't have any power.
Right.
So, and we went and won everything. We cleaned out the division.
Yeah. Because they were just using y'all for promo. You know what I mean? Like the Spinks. Come on, man.
Yeah, and
We
we,
one
we
of the
you
greatest
know, you
boxing
know,
families
you
in
know,
history,
they
in
sent us
modern
over,
history. Excuse me.
they sent us over to Italy for the IBF title. We won the IBF title. So we brought the IBF title back. Mayorga had just knocked out Vernon Forrest, so
Yeah.
he was the WBA and the WBC champion. So Don King wanted to make Mayorga this popular knockout machine that smoked cigarettes in the ring after he knocked people out. HBO was going crazy over him. And they said, well, okay, we'll send Spinks over there. He go over there and outbox that Italian with the IBF belt and bring that belt on back, and we'll feed him to this monster. And we're going on because they already had a contract signed for Mayorga to fight Sugar Shane Mosley for $20 million.
Mm.
So,
Wow.
so we threw a monkey wrench in all of that.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Box circles around.
Yeah, I remember like it was yesterday. No
So,
lie.
so, so that's why with Hammer, it's a beautiful thing. Now Cory was one of the most skillful boxers in the sport. Floyd, and when I say what I'm about to say, people on this in the chat and all this, they're gonna lose their mind. But see, I can honestly say that Floyd stepped away from fighting Cory, and you can call it a duck, and it'll be a legitimate duck because they sent us a contract. Floyd sent us a contract. We signed the contract.
Wow.
He never signed his, and he ran off and fought Baldomir.
Baldomir, yeah.
But he was supposed to fight Cory because he wanted to come up to 154. Cory was the IBF champion 154, so he wanted to win a title in the 5th weight division. So they sent us a contract. Floyd and Al sent us the contract. Cory wanted more money. I said, no, bro. Sign that contract. Because if you don't, he really don't want to fight you. But if you don't sign that contract, he gonna say you price yourself out. So go and sign the contract. He signed it, sent it back. We never heard from them. So we called, what's up, man? We signed the contract. Next thing we know, a week later, they announced they fighting Baldomir. So somebody came to their senses on that team and said, hey, man, leave that alone, man. That, Cory bigger than you. He got skills. So we'll go fight this slow Argentina boy and leave that alone. Now, that's a true story. That's facts. And that would have been a big promotion because it would have been Mayweather family versus the Spinks family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We could have promoted that like the Hatfields and the McCoys. Because there's no family in the sport of boxing.
They got more gold medals, more medals.
That is more accomplished than the Spinks family. Name me one family in the sport of boxing that is more accomplished than the Spinks family. Leon and Michael, they're the first two brothers in Olympic history to win gold medals on the same Olympic team.
That's what I was alluding to. Yep.
Leon goes on to win the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world when he beats Muhammad Ali. Michael goes on to win the light heavy undisputed championship of the world and becomes the first light heavyweight undisputed champion to also go up to heavyweight and win the heavyweight undisputed championship. Then Cory wins the undisputed welterweight championship. Now you got three undisputed champions in one family. 2 Olympic gold medalists in one family from the same Olympic team. Who else has accomplished all of that in one family?
And this speaks to what I speak about all the time about that could have been the cross section of shall I dare say it?
So
Black.
let me finish this.
Mindset, yeah.
So when Floyd didn't sign the contract and he ran off and signed a contract to fight Baldomir, that left us without a fight. So look at how we move. Yeah. So Floyd says he want to fight Cory for Cory's IBF 154-pound title. Send us a contract. They sent us a contract. We signed it, sent it back, didn't hear from it. So it leaves us without a fight. So Cory he wants a big fight. So I'm telling Don, hey man, we need a big fight. So really, he ain't really got no big fight for us on the table. So I go get with my man that's handling Jermaine Taylor at the time.
I remember that.
HBO didn't have an opponent for Jermaine Taylor. So I say, look here, man. We ain't got no opponent. Y'all ain't got no opponent. We'll come up to 60.
Yep, I remember that. I guess yesterday. I remember
and fight y'all.
Damn.
And we from St. Louis, y'all from Little Rock. Let's meet in Memphis. Pack Memphis out. Memphis in May weekend. Because you know Memphis in May is crazy, right? So we did the fight on that weekend. Memphis in May is jam-packed. I thought we beat Jermaine, but you know, we lost a split decision. But obviously, if you listen to Manuel Stewart in the corner in the 11th round, he telling his fighter, I told you not to take this damn fight. You should have fought somebody else. He said he should have fought. And so that tell you who was up in the fight. Emmanuel Stewart knows who's winning, if his fighter's winning or not. And if he's making comments like that to his fighter in the 11th round, that tell you they ain't winning that fight. So, that's how we move. So, me and Hammer, it's a perfect fit because he's built he's from that same cloth. I don't deal with fighters that every time you get them a fight, they want to know, how many knockouts he got? Who this? Any fighter that's asking you a whole bunch of questions about this and that and this and that about the opponent and worried about acting if they worried about, I don't deal with them kind of guys. And so I've been blessed that most of my guys, you tell them who they fighting, tell them when they go into camp, and it's on. So Hammer's the same way, but the difference between Hammer and Cory and Devin, Devin was another skillful southpaw, and with a lot of talent, but he had average power. Cory did. Cory, he really didn't have any power at all. He was just supremely skillful. But Hammer, he's got skill, but he's got that thump with that skill. So that's a blessing to know that I can elevate his skill set, but he's got that thump to go along with that skill set.
Great story, man. Great story.
Yeah.
I
Coach,
remember.
let me ask you a question. Who's fighting right now that reminds you of Cory?